Well, today we're going to talk about being superb. And today is 5 June 2019, Wednesday. Let me read you a partial definition of superb. Superb. Let's see what that means. It means excellent, exceptional, magnificently rich, luxurious, surpassingly good. Does that describe you, or does that describe you? So today I want to talk about, are you superb? And many people go through life thinking I'm the greatest thing that ever was. Look at me, 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 me. That's not being superb. Being superb is more others, others, others. Not them, 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 but others. When you think of being superb, how do you do your job? How do you treat your wife, husband, children, parents, siblings, co-workers, employees, employer? Some people go through life thinking it's all about them. They want to be the center of attention. They want to act big time. Let me give you an example. I knew a fellow one time that he wanted everybody to think that he was this outgoing, fun-loving, plenty of money person, and wanted to act big time, and he would invite the neighborhood in for a cookout, and he would go out and buy steaks and other stuff like this and cook for the neighborhood because he was so big time. And he wasn't big time, he was little time. He had to take money away from his own family. Couldn't pay his rent, couldn't pay his car payment, couldn't buy food for his own family, but he could buy food for the neighborhood. I don't know what that fellow's doing now. That's been years and years ago. But he wanted to play it big time. It's a wonder if his wife is still with him. If they're even together, if the kids even come around him. He just thought he was like, I don't know what he thought. Because I've never thought that way. Can't even relate to that. He had a need to be playing the big time person and put his family in dire jeopardy. But most people are not like that. We all do little stupid things. That's normal, and it's not anything to be, oh, I shouldn't have done that, We all do stuff. But going out to eat several times a week and you can't pay your rent, something's not right there. Paying your bills late every month, so you have to pay a late charge, something's wrong there. If you have credit cards, most people do, is your credit balance over 40% of the value of the card? I'll give you an example. If it was a $1,000 card, do you have over $400 on it? If it's a $20,000 card, do you have over $8,000 on it? If you do, you're spending too much. You're living above your means. You should never owe over 40% of the limit of any credit card or department store account or anything that you have. When the computers, this is how this is done, when the computers look at the credit that you have, and you're thinking, oh man, I've been paying my bill on time and everything, but you owe over 40% of the max value of the card or the department store account or whatever it is. This does not count cars. This does not count houses. This is unsecured credit. Then the computer dings you big time. So you wonder why you have that 380 credit score or that 562 credit score or 475 credit score. That's why. Just saying. When you can have all of your credit card debt, your unsecured debt, I'll say it that way, down to under 40% of the max that you can borrow, number one, your credit scores can go up. Number two, it shows that you have a good handle on handling your money. Yes, you do. So I applaud all of you people that have the under 40% debt against their unsecured credit that they have available. You've done a good job. Keep it up. It will pay big dividends down the road. Some people have asked me about reestablishing credit. There's a lot of ways to do it. You can go to a bank and get a secured credit card. I guess they still do that. And it doesn't matter what it is, a $200 card or a $1,000 card. It's irrelevant how much it is. It's a secured credit card. That means the bank knows they can't lose anything. So what you do is, and we'll say $200, make it easy for me. So you go to the bank, you get a bank, not one of these that they send you in the mail and all this other stuff, but a bank secured credit card. And it's got a $200 limit. Buy your gas, say maybe eat out one time, maybe buy some food at the grocery store. Anyway, every time you buy something, set that money aside in your bank account, your checking or savings that you should have at the same bank that day. Then 1 to 5 days before the bill is due, take that money, transfer it into the card, and pay it off in full. That way you have a history that's been on the record for, I don't know, 20, 25 days, whatever it is. But you've paid it off before it was due. No interest charge. That's one big thing. Number two, it shows that you have acquired credit, you've used the credit, and you've paid off the credit. In no time at all, say, I don't know, 6 months, they'll increase the credit you have access to. Unsecured. This is the key. Unsecured. Say you've got a $200 secured credit card and you do that for 6 months, and in 6 months they send you an unsecured $500 card. And you're going, that's only $500. It's $500 unsecured. Do the exact same thing. Don't go over 40% of the max value of that card. On the little $200 card that was secured, the reason I told you could spend on it is because you're paying it off every month. So they can see it's a consistent thing you're doing. The unsecured credit don't go over 40%. That shows that, number one, you know how to handle credit, and number two, you don't get yourself in too deep. Do the same thing. You buy something on it, set the money aside in your checking or savings. Do not spend it for anything else. I don't care what happens. You need brakes on the car, you can't touch that money. The water pump goes out, can't touch that money. However, you can use the credit card to buy the water pump. But 1 to 5 days before that bill is due, you must have the money in the bank to pay all of the debt credit off. Okay, that's my main tip for today, going towards Superb. There's a lot in my newsletter today. If you're not getting my newsletter, please go to www.astepabove.life and subscribe. It's $99 a year, or $10 a month. If the $99 puts you in the strain, I don't want you to be in the strain. $10 a month for 4 letters. It's $2.50 a letter. It takes me many hours to put these together. You can read it in probably 3 or 4 minutes. These movies that you go see, and they're 2 hours long or an hour and a half long, how many months, sometimes years, it took them to put that together? This is a little newsletter. Still takes me anywhere from 4.5 to 8 hours. I have done longer times of study depending on what the topic was, but I average about 5 to 6 hours, and I can put together my thoughts and put these letters out. Are you superb? Be superb. Treat others with respect. Treat others' property with respect. Do you rent instead of own a home? Treat that rented property as if you owned it and invested every dollar you had into it. So you want to take care of it. You borrow somebody's car, give it back to them with a full tank of the gas that they use. If they use premium, fill it up with premium. You borrowed somebody's mower, and your yard was 3 feet high, and you were pushing and going through all that, and it got dirty and filthy and nasty. Clean it off. In fact, clean it off till it shines after it cools down. And after it cools down, put a full tank of gas in it. Your neighbor loaned you that mower. Your wife didn't fix something exactly the way you want to. So, you ate some food that disagreed with you, and you said, "What are you thinking? You cooked this food?" Or maybe the husband cooks. That's good. The husband didn't fix something the way you wanted it. Oh no, let's cry. No, he or she, whoever cooked the meal, might have been one of the kids, were doing the best they could. Say, this was interesting. I couldn't enjoy it as much as I would like to because it was burnt. But I thank you for the effort. Did that irritate you because I didn't jump all over the person? No, people don't try to mess up on purpose. People don't try to get in debt on purpose. People don't try to diss their family or their coworkers on purpose in 99.999% of the cases. No, it's just a mindset. They've listened to the negative TV, news, and everything else so much that they've taken on the characteristics of these awful, terrible, low-life media people. I don't listen to the news anymore. I don't listen to the news on anything. Computer, radio, TV, cell phone, nothing. If it's anything really important, I'll find out about it somehow without watching negative news. Look at the best side of what's going on in your life. Like me, when my wife and I were she was going with me to the doctor, and smoke started coming out of her car. And this is when I had my black Mercedes. And I went, what in the world is on the interstate doing? Like, I don't know, 70, 75. Okay, the smart thing to do would have been to pull over immediately. Oh, no. I was only about 1.5 miles from my destination. So, what did I do? I slowed down and kept driving. I got like another 0.5 mile, and that was it. Car locked up. I was able to steer it, of course, and get off to the side of the road. That was the end of that car. The mechanic told me he had never seen a Mercedes engine lock up. What did I do? Well, I didn't do it intentionally. That's expensive. No, I'd had my car, the oil changed, and had somebody, I think, change the antifreeze or something. Anyhow, what we think happened is he wanted to do other work on my car, which was hundreds of dollars. And this wasn't my regular mechanic. My regular mechanic had hired a new guy to help him. And this new guy was saying, I can do this, and I can do it off the books. I can just do it in my off time. And he was telling me all the stuff I needed, which was a lot of money. And I thought, I didn't need that before I came in here. Why do I suddenly need it now? Well, it wasn't 2 or 3 days after that this happened. And I think he just loosened up the clamps that hold on uh, the water runs through for the radiator, antifreeze. So it would come off, thinking he was going to get himself a nice paycheck, and ended up ruining my car. Couldn't prove it, so hey, it's life. So I had to go buy a new car. Uh, Stuff like that happens, and was I mad? I can't really say I was mad. I was upset that I went to a trusted dealer, and he had a new person there that was unscrupulous. He didn't stay too long, maybe a couple weeks working for my friend. But I didn't say anything because I couldn't prove anything. If I could have proved it, oh yeah, I would have said something. But being superb means you do your very best at whatever you're doing. You treat people with respect. Your kids, spouse, co-workers. It doesn't matter if you work with somebody and you hate their guts and you don't know why. You know what? Maybe reincarnation's an actuality. Maybe in another life, you and that person didn't get along, and God has created a situation to bring y'all back together to work out those issues. Oh, yeah, that is entirely possible. So that's for those of you that believe in reincarnation. For those of you that don't believe in reincarnation, hey, I don't know. You just don't like a person. Doesn't matter. It's our job to do everything we can to like people. So be superb in your attitude, your dress. You know what? Don't like the sloppy look that most of America is doing today. However, I saw a picture of a young black couple. They were going to the beach. Did they have cut up pants and flip flops and t-shirts with holes in them? Oh no. He had a pair of Bermuda shorts on with a crease, a nice one of those nice pullover shirts, and a pair of sandals, not flip flops. Flip flops are really bad for your back and everything, and most people know that. I don't even guess I need to tell you. Sandals, however, do have an arch, and so that's okay. But the whole family were dressed neatly for the beach. So, sure, when I got there, they went to the dressing rooms and had their swimsuits underneath. But when they were traveling there, they looked casual, but they were uh, in place. They looked good. So no matter what you do, you can look good, clean, neat, doing it. Some of my acquaintances, they've got big, bushy beards. They look like homeless people. They're my friends. Look like homeless people. Why? They don't care about your appearance. They don't care because they're from my generation. I'll do what I want to do. Really? You want to look like a slob, look like a homeless person, look like you're a bum, so you can do what you want to do? You good for nothing. Sorry, useless person that can't even use a razor. My friends know who I'm talking to. So anyway, they're still my friends. But, clean yourself up. Make yourself look good. Dress decently. be superb. Okay, that's enough for today. Check out our website, www.astepabove.life. Hey, buy some of our coffees. Excellent, excellent coffees. And I really want to recommend the Honduran blend, the fair trade one that we've got. Man, that stuff is smooth as silk. It's incredible. I enjoy my coffee. I like coffee. I like all kinds of coffee. But that Honduran blend is superb. It's just good. It is good. So that's all for today. Make your day. Make the rest of your week. Make this summer a step above in every way that you can.